Hi, how are you doing? This is a quick breakdown on the light tension cue that I did a couple of weeks ago. If you go to the YouTube channel and you go to real-time composing, you will find it here. Real-time composing light tension cue. It is nearly an hour long, so I thought that's not particularly helpful. Let's break it down. So in the description, you will now find timestamps for each of the parts to jump to if there's a particular thing that you are interested in. In this video, what I want to do is go through it really quickly. So if you just want an overview of how to create a light tension cue, this is the video for you. If you want it in depth, go to that one. If you find this useful, letting me know by putting a like up is really helpful. If you would like to have more of these and you really like it, do a subscribe, because then you'll know when I put more out. Let's have a look at the logic session. In the full-length video, you will see me go through all of these different processes and my thoughts as I go along. So to summarize things, I'm going to go through the chapter orders so you know where to jump to if you are interested. If you want a quick overview of how to create a light tension cue, carry on watching this, because I'm going to go through this pretty quick. The first thing I did was introduce what a light tension cue is and picking a key. Then I came up with some ideas on a piano. This is literally all I came up with. And that's what the entire cue is based on, pretty much, is coming up with that idea. So I came up with the chords, then I added in pizzicato cello, which was this. Then came the higher strings, but I also picked up a viola first and then used the high spiccato there. Combined, they are just octaves. Okay, slight variations, but you get the idea. So we've got pizzicato cello, we've added some high spiccato strings. Then in the video, I actually come up with the idea of adding a xylophone and a Glock without making it sound too comedic. But I don't actually add it until 2250 is the mark for the xylophone, 2330 for the Glock. They basically octave each other. If we go to here, then there's a B section where I've slightly offset them. Look at that. So you can see those first couple are offset to give it a bit of zhoosh, a bit of a change. So I had them at 12 minutes-ish, but actually put the melody in later. Then we get to some high percussion, which is damage, and it is that clicky loop. Then I added low strings, which will be these from Colossus. There's also bass pizzicato that comes in later. Okay, so that's your low strings. In the video, I then actually added some violins, but I got rid of them later, so you can sort of ignore that bit. Then we got the xylophone and Glock melody. Then there's some halfway thoughts that I went through as to how I'm composing. Then the dulcimer, because it was missing some high end, so I figured let's just solo that, adding a bit of top end sparkle. Then I added added this cajon from Sequus. Which goes nicely with the loops from Damage. Then I did this is a bit odd because I went to the basses sort of last, but it wasn't really a bass driven song, so I wasn't that bothered about it. I did some offbeats first, which you won't be able to tell unless I put the metronome on. Later on, there is an on-beat bass, which sounds like that. Which doubled with the offbeat sounds like this. The next thing I did was go through and EQ. So I did the basses first, which basically rolling off the top end. I did that with both, and I took some of the low end out of the prime bass, so it wasn't building up extra artifacts we didn't need. Then I went on and EQ'd the high end stuff, so a lot of this involves taking out any low end, so we're definitely not adding to that low frequency build up. Again, I've done that with the cello. Bit harsh with the soaring strings, but that's because they're higher. So carving out the EQs was the next sort of process I went through from about 41 minutes. Then I created the structure because I started with just a chunk of basically round robins, not round robins, just a sequence of, I think it was 4 or 8 bars, and then I split it out to what you can see now, which is a filled out track to nearly 2 minutes. Then I cut some of the parts out so you can see, like the bass pizzicato, it was in right from the start, so I cut those out so that you've got this building feeling throughout the whole thing, where eventually at the end you see we've got everything in. There was a couple of variations I put in, which is this middle section here, and the bit you didn't see will have been these whooshes and reverses from Damage, which are literally just to add some introductions to next sections, so you know there's something coming. And there's a couple of edit points in here, so we've got one here, and at the end of the section as well. A couple of edit points for music editors to use if they need to fit it with their scene, and at the end of it, just wrapped up the whole thing. That's a quick overview of how I did this light tension cue. As I said, if you found this useful, a like is helpful because it's a quick way to let me know that you're finding the content useful. If you really like it and want to know more, click subscribe and you'll find out when I do the next one. Have a great day. Bye for now.